Hello, my name's Andrew, and this is the Realfoot Copero, the best extra wide barefoot sneakers for classic soccer shoe vibes. Growing up, my favorite shoe was the Adidas Samba, but the upper was super narrow and pointy, which literally made my toes permanently crooked. Unfortunately, it's too late to save kindergarten Andrew, but giving my toes a ton of room with the Realfoot Copero is definitely the next best thing, because the Copero has an extra wide foot-shaped toe box with a soft leather upper, suede accents, synthetic flat laces, padded ankle, and mesh lining for breathability. Underneath, you've got a thin 4mm zero-drop sole with excellent flexibility in all directions that's stitched for durability, as well as a grippy hybrid tread that's smooth on roads, but tough enough for light trails. Having slimmer feet, I don't technically need an extra wide toe box, and some thicker brands I've tried have actually been a tripping hazard. But the great thing about Realfoot is that their soles are super thin and flexible, so going on long city walks, I've never had any issues. And the Copero's roomy toe box was great for improving airflow in warm weather, as well as allowing me to stack up some Injinji merino wool toe socks for toe splay and temperature regulation when it got colder, but you can also fit toe spacers in there, which is great. Stylistically, the Coperos have a minimal vintage aesthetic, which is nice for casual, but they're also pretty versatile for minimal training due to the sturdy upper and tacky rubber. Although my favorite use case was juggling a soccer ball, and with the extra wide upper, it was basically impossible to miss. Like most of Realfoot shoes, the Copero can actually handle some light hiking due to the military grade abrasion resistant rubber, and while not fully waterproof, the leather upper was useful for wet grass and puddles, plus you can treat it with beeswax for even more resistance. Still, the synthetic lining wasn't as breathable as natural materials, and did start to heat up above 70 degrees, so again, having a thin layer of merino wool socks can really help with the moisture wicking of any barefoot shoe. Overall, the Realfoot Copero is an excellent option for anyone who wants a roomy barefoot sneaker with a classic vibe and plenty of versatility. But in terms of alternatives, this is the Vivobarefoot Gobi sneaker premium leather version. They also have a canvas one, but it's got a nice wide toe box. The leather is very supple, especially. I think the canvas doesn't flex quite as much. It's a little bit stiffer, so I prefer the leather. It's also got a stitched sole, and the flat laces are made from cotton, which I think looks a little bit better than synthetic laces. The heel comes up just a bit higher, although it's also got a good lock like the Copero, and the wraparound sole is a bit higher, so you do get some nice protection from puddles. Plus the inside is leather suede instead of synthetic, so I think it's a little more breathable, and you can wear these barefoot, whereas I don't always want to wear synthetic with bare feet. In terms of the sole, it's 4mm, so very similar to Realfoot. I would say that the Copero is just a little bit more flexible because there's not as much rubber wrapping up around the sides. But Vivo's tread is also very grippy and feels natural. I can walk around all day in these. Although I would say Realfoot has just a bit of edge if you're going to go on rough terrain like gravel. If you want a super lightweight vegan option, this is the Mukishoes Jasper. It weighs almost nothing and feels like wearing nothing too. It's got a wide toe box up front, but it becomes extra wide because of how stretchy the rubber is. And there's a ton of material up top as well, so if you're someone with high arches, it gives you plenty of volume. But if someone has skinny ankles, I found the opening to be a little bit too much, it's slipping around in there. So if that's the case for you, I'd recommend their higher cut version, which is the Duna. But overall, the cotton upper feels amazing. It's very soft and it's natural, so no worries about wearing it barefoot. And for the sole, it's 3.5mm, so this is even thinner than Realfoot and Vivobarefoot. Extremely flexible in every direction. Like I said, feels like wearing nothing at all. Also has a stitched sole, and then in terms of the tread, it's very grippy. I love Mukishoes rubber, and they have these rounded lugs that are pretty good at resisting wear because they're so smooth that there's nothing really to rub down even though the sole is thin. Finally, if you want a custom option, this is the Softstar RunAmoc, and it comes in two widths. They have a standard toe box, and then this is the Primal toe box, which is extra wide. It's got a leather upper, which is really nice for resisting water, especially this extra guard in front. And you can customize the colors, which is awesome. Like I've chosen this green and this accent here, and then the overall kind of teal. Also has a really nice wrap around your foot for a ton of security, and it's leather inside, so another good one for wearing barefoot. Plus they give you 3 sole options. This is the 2mm Vibram Road sole. It's got a decent amount of flexibility, but then they also have a 5mm sole and a 6.5mm Mega Grip sole if you want something really protective and grippy for trails. Finally, if you'd like to support the channel, you can shop with the referral links down below. Browse and filter more products with the shoe finder tool, my website barefootwear.org, or watch my zero drop transition video to learn more about barefooting. And if you have a question about the Realfoot Copero or about barefoot shoes in general, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.